Hello everybody, I'm Andrew from Fantasy 8 here to give you Tap the Wire for this upcoming week. So it didn't come out on a Thursday because I'm on vacation, but gonna get it up here today on a Saturday, which was the original day. So let's jump right in. Number one is Josh Bell. He was on here a couple weeks ago, I think, because I knew his call-up was probably imminent. And so far, he's definitely produced. I mean, he's batting 1,000 with a single and a grand slam going into today. He's only owned in 19% of Yahoo leagues and 13.5% of ESPN. And I think that's because the manager came out and said he'll be back in AAA after the All-Star break. However, even if that happens, I don't think he'll be down there for long with what he's showing. So I definitely think he's still worth a stash if you got a spot, and even a speculative ad. I mean, the Grand Slam could change things, so just keep an eye on that situation there. Next, we got Andrew Benintendi, outfielder for the Red Sox minor league team. He's only played up to AA, and he was actually owned in 2% of Yahoo leagues yesterday. It's already shot up to 8% today, and here's why. Boston's GM said that there's some benefit to going to AAA. I don't mean to downplay it, but I've had a lot of success throughout my career with guys going from AA to the big leagues. Now, is that a hint that he's close to being called up? Because that outfield spot's been pretty bad for Boston this year. And he's hit .311 with 7 home runs and 14 stolen bases in the minors, and he's one of the top prospects. And if he goes into that Boston lineup, he's definitely worth an ad. So, if you just got an open roster spot and you're not doing anything with it, he's a nice speculative ad there. Number 3 is another Red Sox, and that's Koji Uehara. Obviously, Craig Kimbrell is out 36 weeks as he's going to have surgery. And Uehara is only owned in 41% of leagues. They did trade for Ziegler, but Uehara has gotten the last 2 saves. So it looks like Uehara is going to fill in for there why Kimbrell's out. So, if you just need some extra saves, 36 weeks is a pretty significant amount of time. He could rack up some saves for you there. So, Uehara definitely needs to be owned in more than 41% of leagues. Number 4 is James Shields, who's owned in 57% of Yahoo, 32.2 ESPN, 69% Fantrax. Obviously, his first starts with the White Sox were absolutely atrocious. He was dropped in a ton of leagues, including deep leagues. But he's come around, has won his 2 last starts. As I'm making this, he's pitching against the Braves right now. So he's pitching better, and I think he needs to be owned in more than 57% of leagues. Number 5 is Solarte for the Padres. First base, second base, third base eligible in Yahoo, and he's only 30% owned. He plays any position that Matt Carpenter can play, so if you're in a deeper-ish league, even in 12 teams league, you can look at him. If you need a replacement for Carpenter, you can do a lot worse than Solarte, who's batting .302 with 8 home runs. Obviously, he's in a bad lineup, but he'll still give you average with a little bit of pop. So he's not. I picked him up in a couple leagues to replace Carpenter. Now on the watch list, 2 of these guys could have made the list, and those are Randall Grichuk and Jared Eichhoff. Eichhoff had a bad start his last time out, but he's been pretty good, and Grichuk's been hitting the ball pretty solidly since being called up to the majors. And then Brandon Nimmo, who is batting leadoff, but not really giving you a ton of stats, so he's still just got a guy to watch at this point. So those are the waiver wire ads you should be looking at this week. We got the All-Star break coming up, so good luck with your leagues.